Hi everybody, welcome to our virtual STEAM craft for this week. Today we're making penny spinners. So they're kind of an optical illusion depending on how you draw your design, but you're just going to be using regular household items to make these little spinners. So they're fun to play with and they can kind of create an optical illusion if you do it a certain way. So these are the supplies we're going to need today. A piece of cardboard, like kind of a thinner piece, maybe a box from food or cereal. I picked one with white on the inside because I'm actually going to use the white side of that. If you have cardstock or something like thick paper at home, you can use that as well. But I didn't have that, so I'm going to be using a box. This is just a template to create a circle. So I picked this one because it's about the size of my box. It's going to give me a straight, even circle. And I had it around. So this one is very versatile. You can do anything, any kind of circle, any size works just fine as long as it's bigger than the width of a penny. A penny or any kind of coin. If you don't have a penny, quarter, dime works just fine. Dime's a little small, so I would go for quarter if you don't have a penny or a nickel. You're going to need scissors to cut out your circle, a pencil to trace that circle. Markers are going to be important if you want to create that optical illusion or something fun to look at. A measuring stick, a ruler if you, we need to find the center of our circle. So we'll need that ruler. And I have a little razor blade that I'm going to use. If you have a parent with you that can help you with the razor blade, just ask them for that help. If you don't have a parent with you and no one can help you with the razor blade, then just use your scissors. You don't need a razor blade. But it's going to be easier, so if you have a parent with you that can help you, you can use that razor blade there. So our first step is actually I'm just going to cut open my box so I can see the white side. I'm going to use that big portion on my largest side, so I'm going to avoid cutting into that right now. Alright, and now I'm going to open it up. So I'm going to use this as my spinner. So I'm just going to put my circle down here. I'm going to trace it all the way around. And then that's actually the portion that's going to be spinning. So I'm going to cut that out. And you want it to be kind of thick, so that's why we're going to use that thicker paper or cardboard. You don't really want that box, like delivery package cardboard. That's going to be too thick because you still need to make a little slit in it to put that penny through. So I'm just going to be using this thin cardboard. So if you have cereal box or some kind of food packaging, that's usually pretty good thickness. Or cardstock, something like that, that works too. So now that I'm not going to use any more of this, I just needed this portion. I'm going to use it as kind of my base here so I don't get my table messy. Another option though is if you did want to do another one, you could do it here and glue it to the back so that you had a two-sided spinner. So you could spin it this way or you could flip it and spin it the other way. But I'm just going to show you the one side. But yeah, if I did want to do it, I would just trace it here and get some glue or tape and put it on there. But I'm just going to show you the one side. So I'm going to make mine an optical illusion. So I want to find the middle of my circle. So actually, my yogurt lid happens to have a little dot right in the center. So I'm actually going to use that dot because that will help me a little bit simpler for me. So I'm just going to poke a little hole there so I can see where that dot is. And I'm just going to put it right on top there and find the center. But if you don't have a dot like that, because that's pretty lucky, just measure it. So you'd measure the middle here, put a dot right at the center. And it's a circle, so it'll be the same along all the ways. So just kind of two parallel lines will get you to the center. So for me, the center is important for two reasons. One, because that's where I'm going to draw my pattern to make it an optical illusion. It works best if it's right in the center. And two is because this will be important for you no matter what you're doing. This is where you have to put the penny, right in the center, so that it will spin really well. Not yet, we're going to draw our pattern first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, let's see, I think I'll make a black and white pattern. So what I'm going to do is, you could do any kind of thing. If you did like rainbows, they'll twist together. If you want to see how colors blend, you could make 4 different sections that'll blend together. Actually, I think I like that. Otherwise, I was going to do kind of a swirly pattern that went around. Any way you like to do, a lot of different techniques will get you the same kind of cool optical illusion, color mixing, something like that. So I'm going to make 4 even sections. Pretty even at least. And I'm going to mix them with colors that when they mix together, they make another color. So I'm going to use yellow and red to make an orange color. And then blue to make green here. And then I think I'll mix red with maybe pink. Let's see how that turns out. And then I'll have blue and purple, or blue and pink to make purple. So I'm just going to color mine in. That's the fun part about doing 2 sides. If you do decide to do the 2 sides, like I said you could do if you wanted to cut out another circle, then you could do 2 different patterns, which is fun, so you can see how they turn out, because they'll be a little bit different. So you could do one that does more of a color mixing, and then the other one could do more of a optical illusion. Whatever you want to do with that one. Alright, so I've got my red. I'm going to do yellow for here. And if you guys know a little bit about color mixing, we should get an orange when we've got yellow and red together. Yeah, it's fun to add color, but if you don't even have color at home, that's totally okay. I was just going to use black and white for my optical illusion, my swirl. So if you don't have any colors at home, don't worry, you're not missing out. You can still draw a cool optical illusion pattern. So I'm going to do blue here. So it looks a little bit like a color mixing wheel for mine, which I like. And for my last one, those are all my primary colors. So I use them all up, but I have one more, so I'm going to try pink over here. So I've got a pink and blue together. Should give me kind of a purple color, which will be fun. And then a pink and red together will just kind of be a lighter red, but we'll have to see. That's a fun experiment as well. We can kind of see how they'll be when they all mix together. I like this pink color. Glad I picked this one. Nice and bright. And this is why I kept my cardboard here. You can see I'm making a little bit of mess. I'm glad the table's not under me. Alright, so now I know that this is my center point. Here's where the penny, and if you have a parent, someone old enough to use your razor, then the razor comes in. I'm going to make just a tiny slit right in the center. So I made a slit right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's going to be right down the center. Don't make it too big because you don't want your penny to fall through it. If you don't have someone to use the razor, don't worry, just do a little slit with your scissors. So just kind of fold it a little bit, do a little slit with your scissors, and then you can make it bigger and smaller. As big as you need it to be. So I made mine small at first, and that's better because I don't want my penny to fall through. You can always make my hole a little bit bigger but I can't make it smaller, so I need my penny to go about halfway through. You can see now it's not halfway yet, so I'm going to make my slit a little bit longer, a little bit more towards the red because that was a little bit the other way. But I'm just doing a tiny bit at a time because I don't want it to be too big. Alright, okay, so now I've got it about halfway through. You'll be able to see about halfway through there. So that's pretty much the end of your penny spinner. So this will be one side, and this is why it's fun. You can do multiple or you can do two-sided. But what you do is it should kind of sit like this, a little bit up, and you just spin it like this. And you can see those colors mixing together. Any kind of pattern you do is really fun to see spinning fast like this. So I mean, don't worry about it if your pattern's not perfect or if you didn't do the exact lines like this. It's really just kind of fun to watch it go around. And I can see, I kind of lose the red, which is funny. So my pink is kind of overshadowing my red, just because they're right next to each other. So it's very fun to watch those. So if you did want to, you could do another one on the other side that created kind of a different pattern. But this is all you need for your penny spinner. Alright, thank you guys. I hope you have fun with this one. If you make one, post it in the comments so I can see it. I like to watch these ones. They're very fun. Thanks. Bye. See you next time.